Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Goddess Coffee Talk. And it's been a little while since we have been streaming live with all of you. And we welcome you to Goddess Coffee Talk. I'm Laurie Barraco, and my co-host is the lovely Kelly J.
Oh,
Park.
that's me.
Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning. How are you? I can't believe it's Friday already. Is that happening to anybody else?
Oh my gosh, I know.
Like literally felt like yesterday was Monday and now it's already Friday. I'm not complaining.
One sec. Looks like I have a little.
What?
Oh, there we go. You're back. My volume went away.
It's Mercury Retrograde too. How's everybody doing with this Mercury Retrograde? Huh?
I'm not digging it too much right now.
No, and in my line of work, it's always really tricky because I'm on computers and technology and all the things all the time, and it can wreak real havoc, but we will get through this. We have the tools.
Absolutely. We have the tools, and if we just try to keep in the back of our minds that maybe we need to give ourselves a little bit more time, right, to get where we need to go, and make sure that we try to stay grounded and present, maybe not drink too much coffee because that kind of like intensifies things a little bit as well.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure I can go that far. Although I do have water this morning instead of coffee.
Me too.
Oh, good for us. See, cheers. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
All right. So today, everyone, we are going, well, I guess I'm going to interview the lovely Laurie Barraco. She asked me a bunch of questions. So you guys got to learn a little bit more about me a couple of weeks ago. And so now we're going to do the same with Laurie. She really is a pretty fantastic person, a great business lady, an amazing psychic and intuitive, has written 2 books, got more on the way, I'm sure. Lots of, we're going to get into all the things with her. It's going to be great. If you have specific questions for Laurie, by all means, pop them in the comment box. We'll keep an eye on that as we go through her story and her journey. And we hope you'll join us and learn more about Laurie. So, Miss Barraco, tell us a little bit about your background. Where are you from, your family, etc.
All right. So and it's so, I don't know too many people that are like, yeah, let me talk about myself all the time. It's just a little awkward, but here I go, right? So I'm Laurie Barraco. I was born in New York. I was born in Mineola, New York, which is on Long Island. And I moved to Florida in 1990. My then fiance, Jim, had moved down there with his family. And I thought, gee, I think I want to go down there too. So I moved to Florida, was a little bit of everything. Kind of just did a little bit of everything. I was a preschool teacher, kindergarten teacher, paralegal, and a stay-at-home and mom. So that's a little bit about my background. I have 2 children, Jimmy and Nicole. Jimmy is 26 and Nicole is 23.
Yes, they're great. I've met them both. They're lovely. Tell us about the puppers, your other children.
Yes, I do. I almost forgot them too, right? So I have 2 dogs. I have a pug named Ralph, and then little Frenchie, her name is Penelope. Okay.
And they are adorable. So you have pictures of them on the Instagram. I highly recommend checking them out. Sorry about you, Nicole and Jimmy. I like the dogs. So tell us a little bit about what you do now, what you're involved in now.
So right now I have a few different projects or things that I am doing that I'm involved with. So I have, first and foremost, 2 storefronts. One in Fort Myers, Florida, that I opened up the Mystical Moon in 2007. And the first store was in Island Park. And then 6 years later, I moved to a spot off of Daniels Parkway. And then 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago, I opened a second location in Bonita Springs, Florida. So at both centers, we have retail areas, we have private service areas, we offer classes. Also, we have an online store. And then I also offer private readings and facilitate classes, psychic development, personal development. And then also there's Working Girls Magic that I have a lovely partner, Kelly J. Parsons, with. And gosh, there are other things, but I think that kind of puts it all in a nutshell.
Yeah, just a couple things, just a few things that you do. It's yeah. Of all of the things you do, what do you find the most fulfilling, like on a soul level?
On a soul, well, there are a couple of things. I really do love writing. I really do love the process of opening up the space and having wisdom, information, messages coming through. I've always been a writer. And then I really do love working with clients one-on-one. And that's the one thing that, because of the businesses and the running of things, that I do not have as much time as I used to with working with clients on a one-on-one basis. But I love seeing people that I've been seeing for years come back and shift, or even during the sessions, I love seeing people having their own individual epiphanies, and you could just see how things just kind of light up. And it's not me that's doing it. I'm holding the space and bringing through messages from their higher selves and their guides, bringing through those messages. And even with mediumship, bringing through those messages and the validation and the healing, and being able to facilitate some of that closure. And another thing that I really do enjoy doing is assisting business people with their business ventures, and seeing, and I know you do this as well, helping hold the space for the platform for them to pursue their heart's desires, and that they're able to be in their purposes and feeling really fulfilled with that as well.
Yeah, for sure. I remember when I first started going to the moon, before I really knew you very well, I started taking the classes, and you were doing various psychic development classes. And I remember it was still pretty early on in my own journey with that, of tapping into those skills and realizing that I wasn't crazy, that like so the sort of knowing that was there, that it was real and that it was a part of who I was, and that you helped me really learn that and tap into those abilities even more. And I know that you've done that for hundreds, if not thousands of people. And you have a psychic development class coming up locally, don't you?
I do. In January, I'm going to start another round of the Anastasia system of psychic development that was created by Sandy Anastasia, and she has been teaching psychic development for over 30 years. And the really cool thing about this program is that you have your own, there's flexibility. You can share and alter some of the material by sharing your own tools and techniques. There's an outline, but it leaves so much space for personal interpretation. And I am also going to be teaching the class with helping others, like facilitate their training for taking over those teachings as well. There are many people that want to teach those classes as well.
Yeah. So if anybody watching is in the Southwest Florida area, be sure to join Laurie if you're interested. That's such a great class. And I know there's a number of levels. It's totally worth it. So let's see, what else I have. How did you get into this work?
So I've always have connected with other energies, right? And thinking I was crazy or having imaginary friends and this whole other world. And I would sense things and predict things and say things that, wow, all of a sudden that would happen even as a child. And it just felt like that was the norm. So it's not like I went around doing all those things, but I had this other world that I was connected with. And even at nighttime before I go to bed, I would talk to all these beings, and that was my little thing. But then as I got older, more of like the psychic development teachers and well-known people like a Sylvia Brown became more public, right? More mainstream. And so I remember watching her on Montel Williams, and then it wasn't until I moved to Florida where I really stepped into more of the teachings and the understandings about the non-physical world, right? All this spirituality and psychic energy. And I started going to these different events, Hay House conferences, and then I was introduced to a couple metaphysical centers in Florida. And the first one I ever went to was Masters of Healing and Light, which was off of College Parkway. And I went to an Alan Arcieri mediumship gallery.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Were you reticent to make it a profession?
It was one of those things where I thought, if I could have my dream job, that would be it. But I never thought that was what I was going to be doing. I was going to school to be a paralegal, right? And I just thought, well, only gifted people do this, and only people who've been trained since they were younger. And how would I, the thoughts, how would I even go in about this?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Do you, so you were working at some of the other metaphysical centers, and then you branched out on your own, right?
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about the beginning of that journey.
So in the beginning of that journey, after being a paralegal for a little while, I knew it wasn't for me. Just wasn't for me. I'm a Pisces. I'm really sensitive. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. So it just wasn't resonating. And my husband said, just leave that job, just take time, and just, we're good. You just take care of you. So then within a week, I was offered a job to work at another center. Just out of the blue, I thought, oh my gosh, yeah, I'll help you run the store. I had no idea how to do that.
Right.
But it was all right. So it was all kind of like mapped out and planned.
Yeah.
So I learned how to run a retail business. I knew what sold, what didn't. I learned the clientele, and then I would offer readings. Oh, but in that in-between time, I took more classes, meditation, psychic development, and I would practice every day doing readings. And then I just started doing readings before we opened, after we closed, and before you knew it, my schedule was full. So I wound up renting a room full time at this place.
Mm-hmm.
And then over time, a few years later, it was time for me to kind of branch out. So I opened up a center in Fort Myers, which was about 14 miles from the original center I was working at. And I started in a little tiny spot. I mentioned this in my book. It was a little tiny spot. And Jim and I said, okay, we can do this. The rent is not high. If, it doesn't work out, so on and so forth. And I started fresh. I started with 0 clients. I just opened up the center, put it in Natural Awakenings, and then people started finding me, and so on and so forth. And then within a year, I moved to the spot next to it, which is double the size. And then 5 years after that, I moved to Daniels Parkway. It just kind of it's so interesting how spirit just kind of creates the path, places a little, breadcrumb, go over here. Okay, let me see what this is. Oh my gosh. And it's like, here's like the next part of that journey, right? The pieces to it.
Yeah. We were just talking about this the other day about because there's some really heavy energetic stuff happening right now with letting go of old stuff and becoming, I think, ultimately more in alignment with what our soul's purpose is here,
Mm-hmm.
and really feeling that call very deeply. And it might look very different than what people are doing right now. And it's like, how the hell is that gonna all work? Like,
Right.
But if we can take your situation, you were working as a paralegal, you had some skills, of course, and you had this underlying set of skills that were really ready to be awakened, but you didn't really know the next steps. And then all of a sudden, everything you needed started falling into place. So that's such a great reminder for me and for all of us that during these times when things don't feel right, or that you want to be doing something different, just say yes to it, and the universe will start guiding those steps for you. I think that's great. It's a beautiful, beautiful way to do it.
Well, thanks for reminding me, because I do believe that we are all in a place of transition, and even for a psychic, it looks really fuzzy.
Yeah.
It looks really fuzzy. And I'm like, what's next? I'm so grateful. Everything's flowing here and so on and so forth. But there's that little inquiry within that's going, what's next? What's it going to look like? And I have no idea.
Yeah, it's a weird energetic time, an intense energetic time. Really, the culmination of this past year and all of the changes everybody has been going through really are coming to a head, it feels like right now. And solidifying everything, all of the changes that have been made on an energetic level, and then also on a physical level for people. Yeah, it's an intense time. If anybody watching is feeling that, just keep going. Take some deep breaths. Like, you are not alone. You're not doing it wrong. Everybody is feeling this shit. Like, you just one step at a time. Even if it's a baby step, it's still a fucking step. Okay.
That's right. That's right. And just keep some sage nearby and work with the tools and methods that that help bring you back to the moment from losing your shit, right? Because that happens, that panic starts to kick in, like, oh my God, what's next? But then I'm going to remind myself, oh yeah, that time when I wasn't sure how it was going to look, but I knew I needed a change, that spirit had like plans. Hello, there's always a plan. We just aren't privy to how it's going to look.
Yeah. There's something I said a long time, like also in a time of great transition for my life. And I said it to someone else, but it's always stuck with me. It's like that. Yeah, that was for you. Not really that you remember that, is that you have not been brought this far just to be let go now. That even though it feels like you're hurtling towards the edge, or, it might feel very energetically crazy or heavy, that you've not been brought this far to be let go now. So don't forget that. What do you think of the hardest part about taking the leap into, leaving the paralegal? You honored that soul's call. What do you think was the hardest part about making that transition?
I think part of it was not having enough confidence in myself, and sharing my gifts with others, right? So what if I'm wrong? What if I'm way off base? What if I give terrible advice? What if I'm not right? What if I'm just talking out of my ass? Will people, connect with me? What if they hate me? Like, all those things. Like, that was a big one. And what if, I make a huge, mistake and fall on my face?
I can imagine. I mean, I think that is pretty common for most people who are starting their own business.
Yeah. It's not easy, right? What if it doesn't work out? What if?
All those what ifs will get you. But good job. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, so I'm gonna ask a couple of lighter things. What's something you've always wanted to try, but you have not done yet?
I would love to take an extended trip around the world.
Ooh.
Like, for maybe about a month.
A month.
Yeah. I just started going on vacations.
Right.
I'm going to go for a month. Maybe
what places would you really want to make sure that you visited?
I'd love to go to Alaska, Hawaii, like all the points. Alaska, Hawaii. I really, really, really want to go to France. I'm going to take some French lessons. I took French in high school. I think I'm going to take some classes. So I know, right?
That'd be fun.
I know. I don't think I mentioned to that. I tell you just about everything. I think that came up on my weekend away. But France, Australia, Alaska, maybe even like Poland, since I'm Polish and Russian. Yeah.
That would be cool.
World. All the places. Italy, Greece.
All the big ones.
Egypt.
Yeah, you have to go to Egypt.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. Tell us about Hathor. She's come through big time. Do you have any spray nearby?
No, I don't.
If not, I'll grab mine. You talk. I'll be right back.
I have Hathor behind me, though. There she is. So through spiritual initiation, it was revealed to me that I'm working with Hathor. And I have always felt a presence, an Egyptian kind of Greek presence. And the moment that that name was presented to me, I was like, oh my God, yes. So she has been coming through loud and clear, and she channeled some ingredients and said, you need to work with this spray to help others. And Kelly's been working with her as well. And what I have found is that once you call her in and work with her, she is there. She is the mother. She is loving, nurturing, but then she's also kind of like, you need to do this, and can be very direct, but in a loving way, and in an honest way too. So, and she also helps us walk through some of those fears with confidence and help you remember. It's like, sit up straight, remember who you are. It's like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Laurie put together this amazing spray. She sent some to me so I could take pictures, but I win because I get to keep the bottle. But it's called Sovereign Queen. let's see, the invocation is, Hathor Sovereign Queen, please guide me through this day with wisdom, grace, and strength. Please align me with my divine sovereign essence as a queen on this earth journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And this stuff is amazing. I love it. I have been using it every day. And every time I'm just, I love it. The blend that you have in here is really awesome. And she is really going to do the two of you are going to do some amazing stuff. But this is on your website and the online store. So if you're interested, grab a bottle, and it's also at the regular stores too. It's amazing. It's awesome.
She told me what she wanted, when I listened to her, and
there she is.
Yeah, she's and Christina, how do you say her last name? Christina channeled the painting, and she looks exactly like she channeled what and how Hathor comes through to me. And then Kelly gave her a little glitz and jazzed her up a bit. And here we have this amazing label.
Yeah, it's she was awesome. I love the smell of this stuff though. Oh my God. If I could like share the smell with you, I would. I don't know. That'll be some sort of technology in the next 10 years. Virtual reality. Okay. Favorite guilty pleasure.
Okay. It's The Real Housewives. Oh, you know that. I love my housewives. Oh my gosh. I don't know. There's just something about watching them, and it takes me out of my regular mind. Entertaining. So I love watching The Real Housewives.
I think you have to give your mind a break sometimes, and just like my guilty pleasure, not that this is about me, but I am a big fan of stupid action movies. I don't care if they are not like mentally stimulating. Listen, they're just stupid action. I am a big fan of them, but it helps you, like when you run your own business and you're a psychic and you have all of these balls in the air, so to speak, you have to give yourself a break, like a mental break. And sometimes that can be through stupid TV or random, like whatever it might be, just to give your regular thinking, like frontal lobe, a break. And just gonna give that a minute to decompress.
Yes, as long as you're not losing any brain cells. No, I love them though. No,
you're like, no, I have all of my brain cells intact.
They're still intact. I haven't lost not a one from watching that show.
No. Okay, so when it comes
I'm just laughing because Jim watches it too now. He'll be passing by. Oh, what's her problem now?
I love Jim. Jim's great. Do you have a favorite housewife?
Ooh, I think my favorite show one, I really like the New Jersey Housewives. A lot has changed. I like Carolyn Manzo. They need to bring her back. I do like, I don't know, I like Orange County, and I do like Beverly Hills. I don't think I have a favorite one. Please, I can't just pick one.
I personally have not watched a lot of them, so I can't say that I'm an expert at that.
Well, when you stayed in my house.
I did, yes, we did watch some. We tried, and I did watch that shit too. I was like, ooh. Oh my goodness. All right, so my last question before we wrap up, and then we'll have some time to do some messages too. All right, this is a good one. Knowing what you know now, what would you tell yourself 20 years ago? The 20 years ago version of yourself, knowing what you know now. What advice or what would you tell you?
To not worry as much. So much time and energy was spent worrying on things and worrying about with the people pleasing. Like, you're not going to make everybody happy. And it's almost impossible. And this has to do with clients, with staff, with yourself, with your own expectations. And part of that, like I want to expand upon that, has to do with having more fun. Enjoy the journey. Have fun with it. You don't have to be serious all the time. And one little thing, doesn't have to like ruin your whole day, right? Have fun with it. Just not be so serious all the time. And you're not going to please everybody. And stay true to your vision, right? Stay true to what you know is your vision and your intention for your business and your path and your journey, because it is your path. Your business is your part of your journey and your purpose. Part of it. It's not the only thing.
Mm-hmm. All right, you ready for a curveball? I said that was my last one, but I like this. I'm going to expand on this question. So the idea of time is our own construct, that it's a linear thing, but ultimately it's all happening at the same time, so to speak. Now, I want you to tap into yourself 20 years from now. And what would that version of yourself tell you today? What would they want you to know? What would she tell you?
To not play it so safe.
Ooh.
Yeah. She says just like oh, it's like, get a convertible, don't worry about your hair, don't play it so safe, and take some more risks.
Yes. I love that.
Yes.
Well, that's great. So that wraps up my questions for today. It's always lovely to chat with you. And then I learned stuff about you. I've known you for a while, and there was stuff I learned.
Aw, thanks, Kelly.
Yeah, so if you want to know more about Laurie or any of the offerings that she has, you can go to lauriebarraco.com. You can go to themysticalmoon.com. You can go to the Mystical Moon Online Store.com, or you can visit us over at workinggirlsmagic.com too. So, and she's also on all of the platforms, Facebook, Instagram. Find her on there. She posts good shit. She does cards of the day for all of the platforms. So if you want sort of an insight for the day, she'll post that. And that's always a big crowd pleaser, just some insight for the day, things to watch out for. They're always really accurate and helpful for people. So pop over and like her everywhere you can find her. She's she's all over the place.
She's everywhere.
Everywhere.
You not run into me. There she is.
All right, so we've got our Working Girls Magic deck ready to go. We'll each pull a card for what we can expect for this weekend, some advice, some whatnot. I think Laurie's already ready.
I am. I pulled this before and I pulled it again, so it is definitely a message. Dressed for success.
Yeah.
Good thing I remembered to put the earrings on too. I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot earrings. I gotta go buy some. First impressions are everything. Your outer appearance is a reflection of your inner attitude. You're making a statement that your customers, clients, and employees are hearing loud and clear without saying anything. What are you telling them? Are you showing them confidence, professionalism, personality, or are you coming across as disorganized and indifferent? By taking pride in yourself and your outward projection, you are setting the tone of professionalism that influences yourself and your business.
So true. I am going to a fancy, somewhat fancy. There's big events happening here in Savannah this weekend, and I've been looking for a nice dress all week, and I finally found one that I think will work, and I'm excited. I'm gonna get dressed up tonight. It's a good reminder.
Yeah, take a picture, please. I miss out on all the wardrobe changes and updates.
I don't have Gus. You're gonna have to learn how to take a picture.
I'm gonna put you to work, earn your keep.
Good. All right, I got Watch Your Thoughts. There she is. That's a good one for, especially during Mercury Retrograde, that you can get sucked down really quickly. Our thoughts are energy, and energy is a creative force. Put your focus on what you desire rather than what you fear. Just as you manage your business towards success, growth, and prosperity, it is equally important to manage your thoughts. Take time to meditate and become aware of your inner dialogue so that you will consciously manifest positive results. A good reminder during this.
That's a great reminder. Yeah, you could get sucked into that dark hole.
Yeah, the dark hole that is Mercury Retrograde.
That's above of my being.
All right, everybody. I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Take some time to do something that you love and that really makes you happy. This is Kelly Parsons from the lovely Savannah, Georgia.
And I'm Laurie Barraco here in Bonita Springs, Florida.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.